Welcome back to Montessori Mindset, the podcast where we explore the people, ideas, and movements shaping Montessori education today. I'm your host, Melissa Rohan, and today we're diving into something truly special for those of us working in the intersection of Catholic identity and Montessori pedagogy. I'm joined by Cassandra Baker of St. Mary's University, the organizer of the Catholic Montessori Conference, an event that has quickly become a cornerstone for educators, administrators, and families seeking to live out an authentic Montessori approach grounded in our Catholic tradition. So, we're going to talk about the mission behind the conference and why this work matters so deeply for the future of Catholic education, and what exciting plans and possibilities lie ahead for next year's gathering. Very exciting. So, Cassandra, thank you so much for joining us. And for our listeners, can you tell us a little bit about the Catholic Montessori Conference and share the vision behind it and what inspired its creation and what is the mission that guides us? That's a lot, sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll just start with it's still pretty new, it's still pretty fresh. This last fall was the second conference, but we hope to make it a yearly event. And it's already grown from the first year to the second year. It's grown a lot in like the breadth of people from lots of different places, which has been amazing. So, kind of the vision of it is just simply to connect Catholic Montessorians, to connect and learn from one another, learn with one another. We have like breakout sessions where Montessorians can speak on various topics. And then we have some keynote presenters and some lots of networking. And I mean, there's a big vision to just like continue to grow it to let's see, last year we had about 150. We'd love to see like 300 people or more. But it has to start somewhere, right?
No, well, I have to say, so for our listeners, because I've already talked to you about this, but
Yeah.
it was for me very exciting to see this come across my desk, and it was just so divine the way it happened. I, you know, Montessori, the pedagogy, I think like in the minds of a lot of people has been shifting for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw this come across my desk, I was like, wow, this is really exciting for me. And I think that from my perspective, I would love to see a little bit of the move back to closer to Dr. Montessori's vision. And so for me, that's what I'm kind of hoping for through this work. And so I find it very important. And when I got to go in October, it was so exciting for me to see so many people who have the same, a lot of similar values and thoughts and practice and traditions. So that was really exciting for me as well, just to see that and collaborate with others. So as you said, like bringing people together to collaborate on and different and to learn from each other and things like that. So I 100% agree with that. I love that mission. Being the second one, I thought it was very well attended, and I look forward to its growth. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's just wonderful to share the values and vision of Maria Montessori and because she was Catholic at her core. And so it's just great to have a space to connect with others who share in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a little bit of work right now looking at some of her early works and in the original or early translations of her work. And it's just you just see it everywhere in her writing. It's just so much part of her person and her thoughts. Um, what do you feel is uniquely powerful about this intersection of Catholic education and Montessori pedagogy, excuse me, and why is it important at this moment in time?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I think that Montessori education is just so beautiful. It forms the human person, like the whole human person, and really meets each child and person right where they're at, which I mean, isn't that just Catholic right there?
Yeah.
Like just saying that. And it's not only focused on well, quality good Catholic education is should be focused on forming um people's souls as well as their bodies and minds. And so I feel like quality Catholic Montessori does that so well. Um, with the incorporation of a lot of schools have catechesis of the Good Shepherd, and just even just the way that lessons are taught is just so with such respect and such dignity and such grace for each and every child. So yeah, I just think and at this point in time, I mean, I think that's what our world needs. Dr. Maria Montessori saw that years ago as well. I think every day and age needs that. And in particular, this time there's just like so much tension everywhere. And actually, that kind of leads into next year's conference theme. Hopefully, I think it's going to be I can't remember the exact title we came up with, so I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's going to be focused on peace. And so, and Dr. Maria Montessori talks a lot about peace. And so, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
we all need peace right now.
Peace. Our hearts need so much peace right now.
Yeah, and not in the weird, not in like sometimes people take Montessori and they're like, oh yeah, peace, like it can sound so fluffy. It's like really, we really do need peace, like inner peace
Yes.
and with one another. And so yeah,
No,
not in a fluffy way, in a real way.
no, I actually think you're right. I actually, so I wrote a couple articles on peace. I want to say in September, because I really felt it in September, how there was just so much need for peace. And I think that, and just how important it is, not only for the adult, but for the child, because the child, it's really hard to learn if there is no peace, period.
Yeah,
Right. I mean,
totally.
how would you expect a child to learn and to develop the
Yep.
way that they're supposed to or could or to their potential or on their trajectories if the piece isn't there, right? Because there's concern and there's worried and there's anxious and there's depression and there's all these other things that are kind of getting in the way of that piece that should happen. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on the measure or on what you were discussing regarding dignity, it was what was um compelling to me because again, like I just said, I'm in the middle of doing some work right now on her original stuff. There's a chapter that isn't really a chapter. It's just her inaugural speech for the second Children's House is what it is. So I'm sure you're familiar with it. And the whole thing really is about dignity. And
Mm,
I spent last year spending a lot of time thinking about dignity and how we can cultivate that in our communities and what that means and what it doesn't mean, right? And
mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
so I'm glad you mentioned dignity because it's so important. And yes, it is very Catholic in a lot of ways, in so many ways, and we need to lift that up, that idea. But the piece that, oh, I look forward to that. That's going to be really great.
Yeah, yeah, and I can look it up later. We have a title for like the theme, but I can't remember it off the top of my head, and I don't want to say it wrong. So, but I do know it's
A
about
long
peace.
day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, speaking of next year's piece theme, um, this year's conference, how did it come together? I know you said that it grew, but what were some of your expectations going into it, and what are some standout moments that really captured the heart of the event from this particular event?
Yeah, so it was my first year helping to coordinate it, which everybody is pretty new still, even the people who it was only their second year. So it's all
Yeah.
pretty new. But so it was all quite an experience for me, but it was beautiful how it all ended up working out. You could tell that like the Holy Spirit was really involved and wanted it to happen because in planning any large event, there's always obstacles, and things that you're like, oh, are we gonna have enough people? Or is there gonna be uh, is it gonna work out? Oh, this schedule thing didn't happen the way we thought. Are we gonna have vendors? Like all of the things, I was getting nervous that we weren't going to have enough people even show up. And then within the last however many weeks, all of a sudden we just kept getting people and getting people and getting people from all over. Within the I can't remember, it wasn't very long before the conference started. Someone from Portugal reached out to me, Henry. He wouldn't mind if I share his name, and now we've become friends. But Henry, from a school in Portugal. Okay, and I want people to have a vision of the University of Mary. Like it's this tiny, well, it's not tiny to us, but it's a small university in the middle of North Dakota. And a lot of people say North Dakota's, it was lots of prairie around. It's when you fly into the airport, it's just like nothing's around. It's not a big city at all. So it's just a small little place for someone from across the world to find out about the Catholic Montessori Institute. It was just so humbling to like know, okay, the Lord really does want this work to happen because people are finding out about it, even though we're still so fresh and so new, and we're not like experts in planning huge events. So, I don't know if that answers that question, but it just really everything was happening so providentially, and yeah, even meeting you, Melissa, and then some of the other people that were there. It was just beautiful. It was really comforting to like have everybody there. And I remember Henry from Portugal, he mentioned it's like it was like for him also very providential how it all worked out and how he ended up coming. And he said it was kind of like at the University of Mary, we were kind of like a little Bethlehem, like just in the middle of nowhere, just like quiet little space, but all this light coming from. And I was like, that is so beautiful, Henry. Thank you. Like, um, so it's just, yeah, it was just wonderful all around.
It truly was. It was a blessing for
Encouraging.
me.
Yep.
For so many reasons. And it was so funny how things work out, right? So
Yes.
my own personal experience in my pilgrimage, right? It was you know, there was a lot of things kept popping up to stand in my way of going there. Even like
Oh, yeah.
it was just, and I was like, no, 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 this is really important. I really want to do this. And I went and I had such a beautiful time. And I honestly had no expectations. Going, and I knew it was the second year. And, but in my head and in my heart, this is important work. It's so important. And it's important for so many reasons of the things that I'm seeing going on, which in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like poor, like Dr. Montessori this is not her vision. Some of the things that I'm seeing
Yeah.
and some of the
Yeah.
things that I'm hearing from parents. Parents will come and they'll do a tour and they'll sit here with me in my office and some of the things that they think that Montessori is. And, it's always going to be an education. I understand that. But yeah, it's important work. And I think that there's a lot of Catholic Montessori schools who are kind of starting to feel a little put out, right? And
Hmm.
so the timing on this, I think, is perfect. I think it's needed. I think it's wanted. And I pray that this is going to become bigger. And I think that there's also a lot of, and I don't know if this is something that you guys want to explore or if we need to, but I do know that there are other schools that are using the Catechism of the Good Shepherd who don't happen to be Catholic, but they are Christian, and they're also feeling similarly.
Mm,
And because I do have those types of conversations with other
yeah.
schools and other heads. And so I think that this is truly an important time to have these types of meetings and conversations, and again, like to move the needle back a little bit.
Yes, I agree. I mean, it's really is a tool, I feel like, for evangelization as well. Like Catholic Montessori schools, because we do have, even at our own school, because so I should give a little background. I help at the University of Mary, part-time with the Catholic Montessori Institute. And then I'm also a primary lead guide for the past 10 years or so. And so I have my own environment with littles, which I love. But it's been really beautiful because we're one of the only Montessori schools in the area that has up through elementary, and so we're attractive to just a different population, Catholic population of two. We have a lot of Catholic students, but we also have a large amount who aren't Catholic because they want the Montessori piece. And
Mhm.
so that's been a unique and really beautiful opportunity to help evangelize
Mhm.
and just to even just spread truth. I mean, it's not like they have to all convert, but we actually have had some um, families and students convert to Catholicism, and even others who have grown in faith or who have grown just in their appreciation
Mhm.
in relationship with the Lord. So, but whereas if they were just go to a different secular Montessori school, that might not happen.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's a unique opportunity we have, I think, in
Yeah.
our
No, we really
Montessori
do.
schools.
We really do. It's a great opportunity, and it's a really big responsibility as well.
Yeah.
And so that's again, like I can't say enough how wonderful this event was, and I'm very excited about it. And I came back to DC and told pretty much anybody who would listen to me.
That's great. That's great.
So I really wanted to do this interview with you because it's just such important work, and I hope that we can share this and get other people interested for next year, next fall. I did notice that the conference brought together a diverse mix of educators, leaders, and families.
Hmm.
And what kind of conversations are happening among the attendees, and what needs or challenges do you see most clearly across the Catholic Montessori communities?
Oh gosh, that's a good question as well. I think what I hear a lot about, and I get a lot of emails about and questions about from attendees or from um, other Catholic Montessorians is actually staffing. Like
Oh.
people need networking on like finding good quality guides and training and
Ah.
um like how to get people to work at their schools. And so that's what I get a lot. Even Henry from Portugal's like, if you know of anyone, I'm like, can I come? I'll move to Portugal. Just kidding. I love North. I'm meant to be here, but so like I think that's a big need I hear a lot about, which kind of surprised me right away, but that's one of the major things, yeah, I continue to hear about. And so at the University of Mary, we're hoping not just to have these conferences, but also like the Catholic Montessori Institute as a whole. The goal is to kind of be its entity, like, there's AMS, there's AMI, and they have their own, like, you can, on AMI, you can like go and like put in, it's like a networking board where you can like, if you need a Montessori job in Florida, you can type that in and these places pop up. So we hope to have something like that eventually, like for Catholic Montessori schools.
Yeah.
Um, there's so many ideas we have, but one of the biggest things as well is starting Catholic Montessori training. And so that we're going to start this summer, actually. So everyone should check out Catholic Montessori Institute, CMI at the University of Mary, because I don't have all those dates again off the top of my head, but we're starting some trainings, Catholic Montessori training, and we're partnering with AMI actually is partnering with us. That's a huge, huge deal
Oh, that's good.
because
That's
it is very hard to get them to partner and it's a legitimate training. So that's like wonderful. So that's our start. That's how we'll start. And then because Montessori training is also hard and it can be kind of depending on where you go, it's very secular. It can be very secular. In fact, my training, they like actually cut out parts of like there were just certain chapters we weren't supposed to read. Like the religious potential of the child or not that
okay.
one. Like I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Anyway.
I can.
So you got
Yeah,
to be really careful. And so the University of Mary will hopefully be able to help bridge that gap. Um,
yeah. No, actually, I'm
yeah.
glad you said that. So, two stories. One, I I'm looking for a couple of teachers here, and so I've
See, it's a thing.
it's a thing.
It's
It's a thing. And I've been and so I've been interviewing, and I actually got this was a week ago. I got a phone call. Well, actually, it was an email that came by, and I was like, usually these are things that I like delete, and,
yeah.
and this one I was like, okay, I'll respond. And it's a headhunter, and he wanted to know if he could be helpful. Um, and so I said, yeah, let's meet, and I'll talk to you about my needs. And so he opened up the conversation by saying, I just want you I want to make sure I want to set expectations. And the reality of this is that I have about a 62% uh, rate of connecting a teacher with the Montessori school. And that's just the state of Montessori teachers. There's not a lot, right?
Yeah.
And that's just across the board. Not and then he was like he's like, and you're looking for a Catholic one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't even need to be necessarily Catholic, just has to be okay working in a Catholic school.
Yes. Yes.
And so it was like it's very challenging and it's challenging
Yeah.
across the board for all Montessori schools is to find teachers. And again, in this work that I'm doing right now, and I keep going back to it, but I'm like in the middle of this, I'm like in the trenches of it. And in the middle of this work that I'm doing, she really not she articulates the kind of person that really would make a great Montessori teacher.
Yes, she does.
And I think that um I think that it's a calling. It really
It
is.
totally is.
And I
Yep.
would say that anyways. I'm like, oh yeah, like being a teacher, working with children, it's a calling. And that is true. But I do think that working as a Montessori teacher is a calling. It is a vocation. And and I think that we really shouldn't be light on that. And but just the same way as being called to motherhood is that's an extremely important thing. I think that like we need to, and this is big society, not just this our little community of Catholic Montessori schools. As a society, we need to like highlight why being a mother is so beautiful because I think it's some
Yeah.
this in society we forgot that or some
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't understand it, but because I love being a mother.
Yeah.
And I think that like we need to just say how wonderful it is being a mother so that
Yep.
young girls and young ladies like, yeah, that's what I want. But right now the studies aren't showing that. And so we need to like really talk about how beautiful it is. Similarly, I think that we need to just s- really illustrate how beautiful it is being in a Montessori environment so that those who are called to it can hear it because they
Yeah.
are open to it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. And open up our schools for people to observe it because that's such a big thing, like going and actually seeing it in action.
Mhm.
And yeah. Yeah, I love being a Montessori guide. And so I think every every teacher would love it if yeah, if they could see
I
it.
know. I love it too. Actually, it was funny. One of the children 2 days ago said to me, Miss Melissa, what are you going to do when you grow up? Just
Oh, love that.
I think he senses, he's like, your children are going to college or leaving,
Yeah.
keep doing this. And I honestly hadn't thought enough about it to like have an answer. And so so the following day I said, you know what, you asked me a very important question and I didn't have an answer for it. And I thought it was such a great question and I couldn't respond. And I said, if I had it my way, if I had it my way, I would just be the teacher. I don't really love being the head of
Mm.
school. I really
Yeah,
love being in the classroom with the children. And he was like, really? And I said, yeah, can't you tell how much I enjoy working with you? And he was like, yeah, I can see that.
cute.
And I really do. I really do enjoy it. And I when I have stories that I love that I glow on, they're always the stories that I'm working with the children. I just really,
Totally.
and it doesn't
Yep.
even matter. I can be in the primary classroom, the elementary classroom, the adolescent classroom. Oh, and then when we used to have toddlers, and I don't do toddlers anymore for very specific reasons. But when I had the toddlers, I loved the toddlers. I loved just going in the classroom and observing. I know that's like my job anyways as head, but like I
Yeah.
really
There,
enjoy
I love observing the toddler room too. It's so fun.
it. And so I think that like maybe I need to do a podcast on that. Like just the joy of like being in the
Yes.
classroom and working with children and being a Montessori. Like, but it's a I get to do this thing, right?
Totally. Yeah. And I mean, of course, there's hard days here and there, of
Sure.
course. But it's just, it's so special. I don't know. It's so special.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
Catholic Montessori school.
So now you mentioned like St. Mary's University just being so tiny. Yes, it is smaller than some schools, but you guys are growing and
Totally. Oh, yeah. It
you
is
walk
growing a
on
lot.
and you see all the growth and it's very exciting. And it's funny because ahead of coming and talking with you, you guys are listed like in the top Catholic schools in the US. Like, I mean, you're
Yeah, I think we're
right
on like the
on the
Newman guide
Mhm.
is and Monsignor James Shea is the president of our university and he's a one of those Catholic speakers, you know. He goes and speaks at play.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
Yeah,
Um
and right now the university is playing a significant role in supporting this Catholic Montessori Conference and getting all of these
yeah.
Catholic Montessoris together. So can you talk a little bit about how the university sees the conference within its larger mission um, or commitment to Catholic education?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned that this Catholic Montessori Institute hopes to house a few different things like training. We hope to also do like a retreat for Montessorians because as we know, Maria Montessori talks a lot about the preparation of the adults. So this is kind of a nice way to like gather as well. With just a specific intention of like a retreat style, which I felt like actually our conference was sort of like a little retreat too.
It
So,
really was.
uh, um, and then eventually we also hope to like go offer a pilgrimage to go to some of the sites in Italy and Europe where Dr. Montessori lived and worked. And but the conference is particular because, well, we hope that it's a yearly event and that would kind of just be like a rock where like people are able to come gather each year. They know what will happen. And hopefully from that it will just continue to grow and connect people and um one of my roles as the coordinator is like helping get vendors. So I get all excited about like trying to get all these different like Catholic vendors there or different people selling things even or just different connections. It was the first thing that the Catholic Montessori Institute did like last year, or one of the first things. I shouldn't say probably not the first thing, but one of the first like public things, and then it will continue just to be like that as years go on. That's the vision anyway and the goal.
Oh, it's so
Unless
exciting.
Joanne Schultenberg, she's the director, um, and she's wonderful. She's also a mom of many children, and is also a head of school, and all the things Joanne does. She's amazing, but I think that's probably what she'd say too. She might have even bigger goals, bigger dreams. She's very good at thinking ahead.
I,
So.
I love that. We did get to talk a little bit, and I look forward to getting to know her more. I think that yeah, I'm very impressed. So,
Yes,
all around.
she's great.
So, looking ahead, what's on tap for next year? You talked a little bit about peace. Is there other things that we should know about as far as your goals, as far as attendance and vendors, any new directions, any new things that we should be on the lookout for? Um,
Well,
I know you just started the meeting on this, so
yeah, no, yeah. Well, now that like Joanne and I are actually like hired on at the university and we got everything going and we're able to get things going a little quicker too. Because that's always the thing with when you start up anything, it just takes time.
yeah.
And so we hope to get like more information out sooner to participants, like previous participants and then like future ones with like the theme and if anybody is interested in being a vendor or participating, like they can send us their information. I'm also hoping to like get some breakout sessions planned sooner than later. And those are kind of preference. Like we leave it up to like we leave it open to people to um like apply. I don't know if that's the right word. To submit like a proposal or whatnot, but um yeah, we're hoping for it to be more global than or like international than just even national. Um being Henry's involved in Portugal, and he was very like he's like next year you should call it international conference, and then I'll do my job recruiting people from Europe to come. We're like, great, that's great.
Love that.
So
Oh,
hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll just get like a wide array of global participants, and don't mind my Christmas music in the background, my clock. Um, uh, I'd probably we have ideas about keynote speakers as well, but I probably can't say because
no, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just yeah. Hopefully some global ones would be neat.
Oh, yeah,
Or
cool.
international ones. We'll see. Yeah, so just lots of ideas. It will be at the University of Mary again, which is just a beautiful campus.
It really is. It's so beautiful. You have a beautiful chapel, you have the grotto, and
Yeah,
one of the things that I still talk to the children about, a couple of things actually. There's a couple of things that were remarkable to me.
that's great.
Where the wind,
Oh, yes. Hmm.
that was a
Hmm.
lot of fun for me.
Oh, wow. Well, you would appreciate today. Today in North Dakota, we had a high wind warning, and then some places had ended up having a blizzard because when you have the high wind and even a little bit of snow, you can't see anything.
Oh, oh,
And we
wow.
had up to like 70 to 90-mile-per-hour winds here
That's,
today.
that's wow.
So,
That's
so
great.
you just go on appreciating that, Melissa.
I just thought it was wonderful. I was talking about you wouldn't believe the
Oh
wind.
yeah. And then out there on the hill, because we're on a hill, it's
Yep.
even more, but
Oh yeah, I mean it was so funny because we would walk from the one building to the other building, And there was that big crosswind that would come through, and people's scarves are flying everywhere, and their
Oh,
hair's flying everywhere, and papers are going everywhere.
oh yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, maybe next year we should have the conference in the middle of January. How about
That would
not in
be,
North Dakota?
I would be all about it. Oh my gosh. And the other thing that was remarkable to me, which I knew, but I didn't really appreciate until arriving. So when you come into the airport and you're walking, all of the dinosaur fossils.
Oh, oh, that's great.
Next time I'm gonna have to make sure I have enough time to go and see all the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, we love our dinosaurs here.
And then while I was there, my son, he talked to me because I called him, and he's a senior in high school, and his high school social studies this semester, he's finishing it now because it's December, but was on the Lakota tribe.
Oh,
And so he knew all of this stuff. And so now I also have to like do that the next time I'm there.
yeah, you do.
So it was
Yeah,
like
there's more to see
remarkable.
than people think.
Yeah. Here I am. I could be the North Dakota like tour
Yeah,
guide.
tourism,
Tour.
tourism.
But it was an amazing trip all around, and it was a quick one for me, but I really appreciated all of it, and I look forward to coming back. I look forward to the next conference. And you did mention that people should reach out to you. Can you tell everybody how to reach out to you if they want to be a vendor, if they want to come, if they want more information? How can they get all of that?
Yeah, even if you just do a Google search, Catholic Montessori Institute, University of Mary, like it should pop up the first thing should pop up our website or CMI. And they can email, let's see if I can remember my UMary email address, clbaker at umary.edu or cmi at umary.edu. And then we're also working on, I think it might be launched already. We'll hopefully have a Catholic Montessori Institute like Facebook page. I'm
No.
pretty sure it is launched. So they can look up that as well. Basically anything Catholic Montessori Institute, University of Mary.
Okay.
That's you just pop that in and all of our information should come up and
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, and then as soon as I have the vendor like link to register live, that will be on the website. And but if anyone's interested beforehand, they can just reach out to me.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and we'll make sure to put it in the show notes for anybody that's listening.
awesome.
They can
Yeah,
have all that information. And Cassandra, thank you so much for joining us today and for giving us a deeper look into the heart of and vision of the Catholic Montessori Conference. Your work at University of Mary is helping sustain and strengthen a movement that is critically important for families, teachers, and the future of Catholic education. Um, and to our listeners, if today's conversation inspired you, please share this episode with someone in your community who would benefit from it. You can also find past episodes featuring leaders like Kathy Minardi and Beth Blaufus, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you have thoughts, questions, or ideas for future episodes, I would love to hear from you. Thanks for being part of the Montessori Mindset community. And as always, keep nurturing the whole child, mind, body, and spirit.